Yep, it's that time of year again, man. Unpacked. And after all the rumors, yes, the S23 Ultra is now official. And I got lucky to get hands-on with it. And as much as things are looking very similar to the S22 Ultra, let me tell you, what I think like the motto is this year, it ain't really about what's on the outside, but it's what's on the inside. Yeah, let's talk about the S23 Ultra. So just for perspective, I had about just an hour to really get hands-on, to try and learn what was new, get a feel for the devices, but it ain't gonna be the same until I get the devices in, which I will once the SIM card's in, my apps are in, I've done my smart switch, switched over to it, daily driving that phone. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. But you know what? Let's start from the outside and work our way in. Let's look at the design. And look, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. It's a rare case of deja vu. And that ain't a trip. I don't actually have a problem with that, right? Because here's some of the things that they've done to change it. You ain't gonna notice it visually, but side by side, the edges on the S23 Ultra are flatter and it feels much better for it as a phone. And it just rounds up really nice and it really just does feel more like a Note identity. Like, yeah, I'm owning the fact that I'm a Note. But yeah, you know what? I'm dubbed with the S Ultra name. So that's one of the things that you're definitely gonna notice. In terms of the materials, you know it, Samsung are always using the premium materials, and what they're using right now, they're the first to use the new Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2 glass for the front and the back panel, which, you know the usual jargon, more stronger, more durable. Don't know about scratch resistance, but you know, we'll find out and we'll see how that goes. And of course, class leading when it comes to the matte frosted finish at the back. I just wish that they used the frosted finish on the rails as well rather than a glossy. But you know what? Apart from that, the design of it really hits well. 4 colors. You've got the Phantom Black, and you've obviously got the lavender, the cream, and the green. For me, I'm gonna probably go cream or green. I'm not really feeling the Phantom Black anymore. Like, it's nice, but kind of want to move away from that, you know, have a bit more brightness in my life. So colors are nice, materials are on point. It feels like deja vu, but it feels much better in the hand. And I ain't gonna lie to you, yeah, apart from the usual IP68 and stuff, we don't mention that, we know it's there. This is peak Samsung design, and this is by far the best feeling Note device I've actually held and used. Next is the display experience, and you know what? It's a tried and tested true formula. 6.8 inches, quad high definition plus, adaptive 120Hz display all the way down from 1Hz to 120Hz using that second generation LTPO technology. It's dynamic AMOLED 2X. It's super bright at 1750 nits, and you've got the low latency 2.8 millisecond support for the S Pen that is built into the frame. So same thing. Now, here are the 2 changes, right? Thanks to the flat edges, the display is actually more flat than before. It's still curved, but honestly, this is the best balance of a curved display to a flat display, to the point where, look, after this, Samsung, just give us a flat display. And I'm gonna tell you this, we ain't gonna judge the design of the Note any less if you go flat, I promise you. But for this one, I'm gonna take it. It's better for the S Pen, less accidental touches, and less screen glaring, so it just feels that much better. And the only thing that they really told me is that the Vision Booster feature, where you're in auto brightness mode, where it kicks up, now the colors are meant to be more accurate. Now look, the situation I'm using it in ain't no super sunny bright situation to be doing that, so we'll judge it for them. But you know what, I'm gonna take it as still this is the best all-around flagship display you're gonna get on a smartphone. So yeah, knocked out the park, tried and true. This is a great look from Samsung, and I love it. Specs and the performance, and boy, let's you know, let me not get gassed on this one, yeah? If you're like any person like myself, or you've been stuck in what is known as the Exynos region, where year on year, you're dealt with the Exynos variant, and the last one was this Exynos 2200 and the S22 Ultra, best believe we are all getting Snapdragon now, baby, but this ain't just no Snapdragon. This is the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 mobile platform built for Galaxy. What that basically means is this ain't your normal Jack 8 Gen 2. This is a slightly tweaked and optimized version that gives better performance across the board for the CPU, GPU, and ISP without the sacrifice to efficiency. That's what I've been told. So I'm gonna watch out for it, but either way, as someone that values having the best camera experience and the best ISP, do you know how happy I am that I don't have to deal with Exynos no more? And you know what, I thought, let me just ask them, like, well, go on people, why not Exynos this year? And they said, look, we didn't even announce an Exynos 2300 a month before like we usually do before Unpacked. And I was like, yeah, you're not right, you didn't do that. And they said, listen, because of that, we thought, look, let's go in, let's partner with Qualcomm and Snapdragon to give to give S-series users the best experience this time around. And you know what? As corporate and as PR as that response is, I am just happy that it's Snapdragon all the way for everyone this time around for the S23. So if that was something that was always holding you back, hold back no more, get your pockets lined up, and we gonna have a Snapdragon party. Now, in terms of the configurations, best believe, be happy, we ain't got 128 gigabytes no more. So yeah, the base starts at 8 gigabytes of RAM, LPDDR5X, and it's 256 gigabytes of UFS 4.0 storage. Then it goes up to 12 gig and 256. Then it goes up to 12 gig and 512. Then 12 gigs of RAM and 1 terabyte of internal storage. Yes, gone are the days of the micro SD card. So if you've got a Note 20 Ultra, hold that or before that and stuff, you know, but this is a good look. And I think it just has an overall package. I cannot wait to experience it, man. So yeah, that's the specs of the performance. I'm liking it so far. Camera, boy, hold on to your seats because the camera upgrades, yeah, are a lot bigger than even I expected it to be. And it ain't just for the fact that, yes, this is the first Galaxy flagship to house Samsung's latest HP2 200 megapixel sensor, 2 million pixel sensor. Hear that first of all, right? By principle, the 12 megapixel ultra wide, very similar, but changes to that. I'm gonna tell you about that. The 3x 10 megapixel optical zoom and the 10x 10 megapixel periscope zoom is there for the 100x as well. And we do have a new 12 megapixel selfie. And I know the techies out there like myself, they're gonna hear this a lot. That's a downgrade from the 40 megapixel from before. But I'm gonna say this in simple layman terms. That 40 megapixel sensor was actually bending down from 40 and taking 10 megapixel images. So you weren't getting 40 megapixels, you were getting 10 megapixels. And from my knowledge, from what they told me, that 10 megapixel sensor is actually smaller than the new 12 megapixel sensor. So by the initial testing, it was looking on point. So you know where the place is at, man, the home of the ultimate camera comparison. So make sure you're locked in, subscribe, turn on notifications so you're part of Team TLS, the Tech Lover Squad, so you don't miss that video. But yeah, that selfie is looking serious. But you know what? Let's talk about the 200 megapixel sensor and what they're doing it. Back to the fact that they got the new 8 Gen 2 mobile platform built for Galaxy ISP working with it as well. First of all, low light photography. So they're talking about the fact that you can bend from 16 pixels to 1 to get some clean low light. And I'm saying that I kind of was a little bit disappointed with the low light nightography branding on the S22 Ultra. So I'm definitely waiting to see what that is saying. On top of that, you have what looks to be the first flagship phone with usable 8K video, 8K 30 frames a second, and there isn't any crop. Now, finally, man, look, testing is going to be needed for me to pretty much see how the Jello is working when it comes to rolling shutter and the stabilization. But so far, this is finally a good look. Next thing, my favorite video mode, video portrait mode, now has a 4K option that works on the main sensor, the 3x zoom, and a selfie. Now look, by the initial testing, you can't change the blur after the fact like you can do on the iPhone, but at least you can change the blur effects during the recording, and there's now 4K. And the fact that Samsung's edge detection is way better than the competition's, boy, I can't wait. This is gonna be a good look and I can't wait to test that and use that on a regular basis. Super steady mode. Yep, you know that it's rounding up. There's a lot coming through, so sit with me here. It can now record in 1440p QHD at 30 frames a second and 60 frames a second up from the 1080p, and that works on the ultra wide in the main. I'm gonna test out the lenses when I get it, but this is also a good look. They've been watching and I thought, yeah, let's level up as well. Whew, there's a lot to get through. There's a lot to get through. There's a lot to get through. On top of that, astrophotography. There is now dedicated astrophotography mode, but you know what? There's some few catches in there. It's a pro mode feature and it only works in the 12 megapixel mode. There is now 50 megapixel mode, right? But that doesn't work with the astrophotography. And the astrophotography, there's a slider that you can change from like 4 minutes to 10 minutes. So I can't wait to test that. But it only works in the 12 megapixel mode. And I just mentioned 50 megapixels. Why is that? Now you can take 50 megapixel raw pictures. Now I know first thing is, can't you do that for 200 megapixels? Look, it's their first gen, man. Give them a bit of slack. I think that just needs a bit too much processing power, but at least it ain't just the 12 megapixel raws no more. It's the 50 megapixel raw. So Shots at you, Apple, with your 48 megapixel Pro RAW. You can sit somewhere else. Samsung's in the house with the 50 megapixel RAW photos. So, I feel like I'm missing something, but I'm telling you, yeah, the upgrades to this, I'm even losing my voice talking to you lot. Yeah, I can't wait to test it. So watch out for that camera comparison video. It's looking beast. Software, so One UI 5.1 with Android 13, and you know what, that one I'm definitely gonna say go over to Sam Mobile. I'm gonna have a comparison video over there where I'm gonna compare One UI 5.0 on the S23 Ultra to that one. I'm gonna leave it on Sam Mobile. Go over there, subscribe. I'm part host there, so definitely go check it. The foundation is gonna be the same, so it's gonna be Android 13, stat widgets, you know, the lock screen, you know, customization. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna test it out, really give it a thorough breakdown. You can't really see the new software features in there, but it's still gonna be principally based on Android 13 with the One UI 5 experience. So yeah, that's the software side of things. And last but not least is the battery. It is still a 5,000 milliamp hour battery cell. It does support the 45 watt super fast wireless charging by Samsung standard. You know, wireless charging at 15 watts, and you've got the power share as well, another shot at Apple, which they still don't do, reverse wireless charging. With the efficiency that we should be getting with the 8 Gen 2, I really, kind of keep losing my voice, man, I'm getting too excited. I really do hope that the specific platform built for Galaxy, the mobile platform, yeah, let's see how the efficiency is gonna be. I'm gonna test it out. And you know what, to wrap it up, what is really the case with the S23 Ultra? My thoughts looking at it. Look, it's not about what's on the outside. Like I said, that's the motto. It's what's on the inside. And let me tell you this, it may look similar in deja vu, but I have a low-key feeling that the S23 Ultra is gonna surprise us and kick off and probably hold on to that crown as the best all-around flagship phone for the year 2023. What's your thoughts so far on the Galaxy S23 Ultra? Is that a cop? Are you trading? You coming from a Note 20 Ultra, S21 Ultra, S22 Ultra? Which one are you upgrading to that phone from if you're considering? Let me know in the comment section below. That's it for me, man. Ben from Lover of Tech. If you enjoy videos like this, you know exactly what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're part of Team TLS, the Tech Lover Squad, so you don't miss any future videos on the channel. I hope you're all safe during this time. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.